Previously on Danganronpa.
Oh my god, a giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells awful.
Oh my god, with the cup of noodles on her head. Ugh, it's shrimp too. That's disgusting.
Alright. Alright. Let's go. Where are we going? To the gym? Is that where we're going? Leave the area. Alright, no one's down here, right? My old routine of going through and making sure that no one's just standing in there. All right. Let's go confront Monokuma.
Well now.
Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't believe it!
But Makoto, supposed to be dead. What's he doing here?
That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay?
You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule.
Making me angry!
So now I gotta punish you again. And this time, I won't leave anything to chance.
Kyoko!
Do whatever you feel you have to.
What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? Huh? I lose?
Hey!
You! Explain yourself! What do you mean by that?
Because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right?
Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of being that could come to our aid even after you killed it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuru. I get it with the Mukuru. Mukuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right?
And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well,
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't.
Don't just say it like that. What is this? A comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence?
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find
That's
some.
right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only one, ever one absolute truth.
And now you're trying to talk like some famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared for another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince. If you were to execute Makoto right now, everyone out there watching this, would you be extremely displeased? Huh?
Indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think of if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. Are we gonna have like a reverse trial? If you want to earn our despair fair and
that's what we
square,
have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice.
So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Murokuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial. One last showdown, in other words. This would be our chance to expose the true identity of Makuro's killer of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word.
Interesting. Very interesting indeed.
Oh my god, I love dad jokes. Oh, that's so good. Barry.
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Now, what you suggested might be possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a
in
climax.
other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys?
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out? Or will your despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself.
Let's have one final grisly showdown.
He agreed. And we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is a long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
Guys?
So for this final face-off, we have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here.
All the mysteries?
That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain myself.
then that'll be enough to qualify a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along.
Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Makuro's death and solve the mysteries of the school,
Guys?
then you win. But if you can't do all that,
We'll face execution, right?
I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me?
We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair?
I honestly can't believe this is how it all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held?
What's wrong?
I remember that, for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement.
You don't have to be suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that.
Huh? Makuro's trial is no exception? Then it's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Makuro...
It's a very polarizing approach. I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak is since the killing game began are those 16 students.
What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why do you go quiet? Why do you go quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry.
Done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you?
Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey,
Leave me alone. Get out of here.
Oh, okay. I'm going. You're really gonna let me go?
I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment. Overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto. Let's go. Okay. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. But I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt.
Yikes, guys. Yikes.
Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
however,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so,
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because,
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let their guard down, like I said.
however, whew. So, because,
So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down?
so,
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but you do remember what the mastermind said. They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen,
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet somehow, the mastermind was able to do
in
it.
other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason that they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
so,
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost of killing each other. They wanted to show the world?
seem,
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us all kill each other. So make us kill each other. I don't know what I'm saying. And show that off to the world. But why? To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair, the mastermind wants the world to see that and to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's just ridiculous.
True.
You're right, it is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet, that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable. Oh my god. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided
at
slaughter.
the very least,
At least, that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves?
indeed.
That's precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they wouldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me up to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they would have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge? Well, it's only thanks to you that we got the chance, because you believed in me, another path opened. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let a quick sigh. I took a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There is no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? All right, guys. All right. Is this like, are we getting at the end of the game now? I mean, it feels like everything is pointing to Chapter 6 being the final bit of the game. All right, so we're going back to the dorms. Despair Hotel. It would have been funny if after we were crossing over that part, he had crossed out the Epair part and put in bear, the despair. If there were like little bear puns everywhere on the walls written in, I would love that. Missed opportunity. So they're either... They said dorms, right?
This is Byakuya's room. Is he inside?
Hey,
I don't think he's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. What does she say if we knock on her door?
just a second.
Is there some reason you would like, need to search my room? Come on, we need to keep looking. Sayaka's dead. Toko.
This is Toko's room. Is she inside?
Hey,
I don't think she's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. Celeste is dead.
This is Hina's room. Is she inside?
I'm sensing a pattern here, guys.
I don't think she's here. Come on, we need to keep looking.
All right, Sakura's dead, and Hiro would be the last one.
This is Hiro's room. Is he inside?
hey,
I don't think he's here. Come on, we need to keep looking.
All right, so let's go to the cafeteria, I guess. I guess.
And suddenly, we were greeted with...
What? It's like he's swearing. This is like he's pissed.
You again.
Oh, maybe he's erroring out.
Is he broken?
whew.
I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. Jeez, what the heck?
However,
I wonder what that was all about.
I don't know why I used Makoto's voice there.
I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief.
Ah,
Is that Makoto?
my God. Toko actually looks kind of happy.
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Can I just say real quick? I love Hina's voice actor. I don't know why. I just love her voice. It's adorable.
you survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait. What's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man. That seriously stinks.
It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog.
Get away. Shoo. And in a flash, my tears dried up.
Oh my God.
Yo,
Makoto, what's it like hanging out in the spirit world?
I didn't go to the spirit
you
world.
know?
Did you get to talk to her?
Who?
Miss Cleo.
No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the heck is Miss Cleo?
I still can't believe you survived.
Yeah, me either.
Do you realize why it is you who escaped? Wait, do you realize why it is you escaped execution? Wait, Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? What is this sentence? Do you realize why it is you escaped? Oh my god. I'm putting the emphasis on weird places, man. Do you realize why? Oh my god. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution?
It was alter ego. He saved my life.
Right.
Not too many people can say that, said they had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you. My god, sometimes I don't know why, like, I don't know. I have a hard time reading sometimes.
So, what have you guys been doing while I was gone?
Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have access to new places again.
And? No dice. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked. So there weren't any new areas. Then, where can we go find new clues? Ugh, you stink. Are you rotten?
I'm telling you.
Rotten physically, mentally. Every way can be rotten. Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. The smell is so smelly. Super smelly. You smell even worse than me. Way worse than me. I win. She seems happy for some reason. She's so gross.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what?
But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all.
I need to tell you all about the class trial.
Last class
In other
trial?
words,
We're going to redo Makuro's trial.
Mukuro's trial. Jesus. Wait, seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it. Like I keep telling you.
Wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer. And of course it's not me or any of you.
Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
That's right. It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to do to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
Aw, man. The old boy's got him. You spotted the trap? You spotted the trap? Did you, Makoto?
You make it sound like it was easy. I just,
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules?
They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm in the dark here.
For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later.
So, knowing all of this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind?
But there's more to it than that, correct?
Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery?
But
But we've been looking all around all this time, and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Everyone!
I hate you.
Sorry, I cut it off.
Hey, Who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master.
Meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
Anyway,
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say.
But figuring out who the mastermind is, and how they killed Mukuro, and all the school's mysteries, it's a pretty friggin' tall order.
Maybe I'm dyslexic? I don't know.
Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who's our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries.
I'm not so sure about that.
Huh?
I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone.
You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his...
Hint?
It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but... Okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but... The killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable.
Huh? But why?
So, in other words,
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like
in
that.
other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game.
Then the mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Add a Mukuro, and you get 16. So, the mastermind would have to be one of them?
that's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now?
You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious!
Wait. We can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore.
Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair? So they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible.
But if one of us was the mastermind,
They'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off, they controlled him in secret.
but...
I don't care how sneaky you are. We would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
Right, right?
Then maybe Monokuma was an autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us.
well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation.
Well, maybe, but still.
We didn't have that just weird interaction with Monokuma.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode.
What?
So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the history in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
Hmm?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the
That's
rooms.
fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation.
What? Oh my gosh.
I have a theory. But I'm not sure if I'm going to talk about it yet. Because I don't know if I can work it out without something stupid. And I'm really afraid someone's going to ruin it in the comments for me. So, I'm not going to say it. See you next episode. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon. Stop by Premiere Monday, Wednesday, or Friday at 2 p.m. EDT right here for more Danganronpa content. Until next time, go forth the rest of your day, make it a good one, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.